Yo, 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 how y'all feeling? Y'all good? I know I'm good. You good?
I'm good.
I'm your host, Solomon,
I'm your girl, Toya.
and this is the Be Different podcast. Welcome back to the Be Different podcast. That's interested. I'm your host, Solomon, here with my mom.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Toya.
Oh, yeah, man. As y'all can see, we back again with another episode, man. I know it feel like we ain't seen y'all and talked to y'all in a long time, but y'all already know y'all can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and anywhere else where you listen to your podcast. All at the Be Different podcast.
And you can also follow us on our social media pages. Instagram @_ Be Different Podcast. X @_ Be Different Pod. TikTok. I always forget the TikTok. What is TikTok?
Be Different pod _clips.
There you go. It's been a long time since I said that, y'all. I almost forgot it.
Man. Yeah, like we said, though, it been a little minute since we put out an episode, so we had to come at y'all with another episode, man. I missed talking to y'all, being honest, man, getting on here, being on the show, and a lot has happened since the last time.
A lot has happened, and I missed
we
it
recorded
too.
an episode. So, man, we just had to come at y'all with this episode, man. Y'all be on the lookout for tomorrow, too, because we got another episode coming at y'all, man. So, y'all just be on the lookout for those episodes.
All right. Sponsorship. We just anybody interested in sponsoring an ad on the Be Different podcast, email us at bedifferentpod06@gmail.com to find out more information about that. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. Like he said, it's been a long time since we did a show together, and let's start off with women's college basketball, the championship game. UConn beat South Carolina in their game, if y'all remember.
Yep.
I just had the score pulled up, but it was like 80 something to 59. I can't,
Yeah.
like I said,
It was a blowout, man.
It was 83 to 58.
Like, not surprised UConn won that game. UConn had been playing good ball all season long. Paige Buckner, man, she got out of college. We're getting her a national championship, man. Shout out to UConn. Wasn't expecting it to be a blowout, but I figured that UConn was gonna win that game.
And it was, the women's college March Madness was really good this year. We had some great teams in it. Prayers out to Juju. I know she tore, was it her Achilles or ACL? ACL when they played Mississippi State, and she had to have surgery. So hopefully she'll be back for next season.
Mm-hmm.
On the men's side, Florida won on the men's side, correct?
Yeah, Florida won 65 to 63.
They played Houston. Yeah. Was it a shocker?
No, it was, but it was. I knew it was gonna be a good game. Houston was winning the game the whole game, but Florida ended up coming back. So it was just a great game to the end. Florida, like I said, they great team. Houston, great team. You know what I'm saying? Florida just wheeled their way back and fought to the end and came out with the victory.
Yeah. Other interesting news that happened in women's college basketball while we were gone. I think the biggest story was Malaysia Fulwiley. She left South Carolina. She entered the transfer portal, and where did she go? LSU, another SEC rival. What you think about that?
I feel like the only reason that was the biggest story because it's SEC. Because to me, Olivia Miles leaving Notre Dame was bigger.
Yeah.
Than that, in my opinion. But them losing Malaysia for a while, it doesn't surprise me because in my opinion, I see her leaving as if I'm already coming off the bench. You got all these players returning in, all these players coming in. Like, how much more can my role step up, especially starting point guard coming back, Raven Johnson. She's going to be a fifth-year senior, so she's still finna be coming off the bench. Her role not going to increase.
That girl from Florida transferred to South Carolina. That Raven
Florida State.
Her and Raven played high school ball
together. And she played point guard too. Malaysia knew her role was going to stay the same or get less. You know what I'm saying?
And I hate she went to LSU because that's just the SEC rivalry. But from that standpoint, I definitely get.
I understand LSU need a point guard.
Yeah, I definitely get why she did it because, like you said, her role probably was going to be diminished even more. Another transfer. What's the girl name from LSU? Powell. I think that's her name. Mm-hmm. She left LSU.
Last tier Poe.
Yeah, that's her name. She left LSU, and I think she's going to Arizona.
I don't know.
I think that's
I
what
thought she was transferred, but I never saw where she was landing at.
Yeah. Olivia Miles, Solomon just brought this up. She went to she left Notre Dame and went to TCU.
Yep.
So those are just interesting transfers in the world of women college sports. What else? Flajay, she's staying at LSU. This is her last year, if I'm not mistaken. So
Man, since we talking about transfer, man, shout out Coach O. I think they said she got like the number 2 transfer portal class.
okay.
Coming in next season, man. So y'all look out for the Ole Miss women basketball team, man.
Yeah, y'all
real.
got that girl from Mississippi State, Poe.
Yep, the Brisa Poe, man.
Yeah.
We got her. We got Cody McCann. We got a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, so women's college basketball is. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it to come back around. But sticking with women's sports, let's go to the WNBA. They had their draft while we were away, and no shock, number 1 pick, Paige Buckner. I think it was well deserved.
Yeah, definitely.
I like Paige. I've always liked Paige. So congratulations to her. Matter of fact, we watched one of her. The WNBA season has already started.
Yep.
And we watched one of her
I
games.
watched both of the first 2 games.
She was drafted to the Dallas. Are they
Wings.
the Wings?
Yeah, the Dallas Wings.
Dallas Wings with Solomon Girl, Eric. I forgot Tiara McCowan from Mississippi State. She's still playing with them too. So shout out to Paige. She doing her thing though. She is doing her thing.
Yeah, I knew she was going number 1. Like Toy said, pairing over Enrique. I mean, so like. That's a good pair. Right now, they 0-2. Really don't look that good together, but they still young. They still learn. They definitely
and
be a good team.
The like with college, it's like those girls finish playing college ball this week, the draft next week, and 2 weeks later the season starts. So they don't have a lot of time to put in the chemistry that the men do. Solomon talking about Ole Miss, his girl Madison Scott. She was also drafted to the Dallas Wings.
Yep.
Unfortunately, she didn't make the roster, but she was drafted.
Yeah, so shout out to her, man. I think she gonna take her talents overseas, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to her. She still get to continue to play basketball, and she still can say she got drafted.
Kiki, I can't remember what Kiki got drafted to.
Number 4 to the Mystics.
Okay, Washington Mystics. Okay, anybody else?
I'm looking at now. Like I said, Kiki Airfan got drafted to the Washington Mystics. Georgia A. Moore did. Anissa Murrow with the Connecticut Sun.
Yeah, I forgot about her. Yeah.
Haley Van Leeuwen to the Chicago Sky. Isaiah James to Dallas Wings too from NC State. So I mean, yeah, good little draft, man. Sonia Centron went number 3. The girl from France went number 2 to the Storm.
Bree Hall was drafted, but unfortunately she didn't make a roster
she
either.
got way hard and had Deja Kelly when she got drafted.
Both of those got waived.
Yeah, man, it's just hard. Like when you get drafted to the WNBA, it's really just hard to keep your roster spot on the team, man. Yeah.
That's why I was shocked Tiara was still playing, because she been there a minute. Like, and with the talent that the W has coming up, that's what made it even more shocking for me.
It's just all about your fit and your role on that team, how well you just fit in together and mesh.
Yeah. But something that is old now, but it's kind of current, that happened while we were away. Like I said, the WNBA season had started, and the Indiana Fever played the Chicago Sky the other day. Caitlin versus Angel Reese.
That was the first game of the season.
First game of the season. Caitlin did, quote unquote, a hard foul on Angel Reese. Angel Reese got up, said some words. I think Angel got a flagrant. No, Caitlin got a flagrant. And Aaliyah Boston and Angel Reese both got technicals. Of course, the controversy is Angel's just another loud black woman. That was a hard basketball foul. What you think about that?
It was just a hard basketball foul. Like you said, everybody knew, bro. If you know basketball, Angel Reese 6'3", Caitlin Clark with 5'7", 5'8". She can do nothing to contest Angel Reese layup but foul her. You know, okay. Yeah, in slow motion, it did look like she threw a little extra shoulder shove in there. It did, but at the same time, it's a basketball foul. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she couldn't do nothing else to could stop her from making that layup but foul her.
Yeah.
People just blowing it out of proportion, like just media.
Just
really.
Because it's Caitlin and Angel Reese.
Exactly. That's all it is.
I agree. And, you know, I'm not a fan of Angel Reese and I'm not a fan of Caitlin Clark. But I also believe two things can be true. I think it was a hard basketball foul, but, and I'm finna contradict myself, I think Caitlin does have little dirty, tricky ways that she sneaks in.
Yeah.
You know, but again, I guess every basketball player
Okay, so that's
does.
just a part of the
Yeah.
game, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some worse than others, some know how to be more sneaky with it. It's just
Yeah.
all about how you play the game and how you know, okay, if I'm going to do this, be a little dirt, I'm going to be sneaky with it so I won't get caught. You know, just don't be extra with it.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, before Caitlin fouled her, I think it should have been an offensive foul on Angel Reese when she pushed Aaliyah Boston in the back to go for the rebound. So I think if the refs had called that, then that foul wouldn't have happened. But you know, it's Angel versus Caitlin. I mean,
that's all
the controversy is gonna always be there.
Yep.
So
every time.
Yep. Another game that happened open tonight. The Aces played the Liberty rematch of the WNBA Finals.
They won the WNBA Finals.
The Aces sure didn't make it. It was the Liberty and
Minnesota team.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah. But the Aces lost that game. That was a blowout.
That don't surprise me though, bro. Asia Wilson is the only thing the Aces really got. Like
Yep.
I hate to say it like that, but they have nothing else.
They got rid of Kelsey Plum.
I was watching that game. Asia Wilson is literally the team. Like
she taking after her boyfriend
Like,
role. Asia Bam, the only thing Miami got.
She give you 30 and 15.
She
Y'all
doing
still
her
losing,
part,
bro.
yeah. But shout out to Asia Wilson and her new shoes. You
Oh, yeah,
buy
them
me that
hard.
for my birthday.
Them hard. I
Yeah,
ain't
they
got no
are
money.
hard. Shout out to her. And then I don't know if y'all saw. I don't even know if you seen that commercial that they put out with the kids doing Miss Mary Mack. That
If
commercial.
you watch ESPN, you saw it too.
It was directed by Malia Obama.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to them, Black Girl Magic, doing that thing. But anything else for the WNBA?
No, not right now.
Hey, when that girl, I can't think of her name. She got drafted by the Sparks and tore her ACL. She didn't play last year.
Cameron Brink.
Yeah, when she come back?
I guess she back now.
Oh,
I really
okay.
don't know. I still say she out with her knee.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
All right, let's move on. You want to go to basketball or football next?
Basketball, I mean.
Basketball.
Yeah, like we just ain't talking
I
about
know
that.
I couldn't remember, but it is the NBA playoffs. Matter of fact, it's the NBA conference finals right now. In the conference finals from the West, you got the Oklahoma City Thunder playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. Actually, they played last night.
Yep.
And the Thunder won that game. What was his score?
114 to 88.
Okay. Thoughts?
No surprise there. I mean, like, I knew the Thunder were going to... Well, I ain't going to say I knew the Thunder were going to win, but honestly, being, like, keeping it real, the Thunder and the Pacers are the two best teams they're supposed to be playing each other in the NBA Finals out of these Final Four teams. But we all know the NBA is rigged and scripted to how they want it to be. So, for more views and TV time, I feel like that will make it the Timberwolves and the Knicks. But the Thunder can bring in the views and the TV time as well because they got a great fan base.
They got Shea, they got Jet, yeah.
They got a great fan base and a good team, upcoming team. But like you can't count them Timberwolves out, though, man, because you know they got Ant. And go put the team on his back and do his thing. Julius Randle still been playing his tail off. Had 28-20 in the first half at that. But the Thunder just overall team defense just hard to beat. Like they force you to shoot threes, and they even though they getting a great closeout on you, think you have a wide open shot, but they still there. But if you make your three, then that's the only way you'll be able to keep them in the ball game.
And then also too with the Thunder. They eliminated the Denver Nuggets. The Thunder have I can't even remember who they played in the first round.
They played. Who did they play in the first round?
I can't even remember who they played.
Either.
Dallas.
Was it the Mavericks? I think it was the Mavericks.
Okay, they played Dallas in the first round. Second round, they played Denver, and Denver took them to 7 games. But it just the Thunder's defense was too much.
No, they played
Joker.
the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies, they played Johnny. Okay. And so now they're playing. And the Timberwolves, of course, we know the Timberwolves played the Lakers in the first round. Took them 5 games. And then Golden State. Did they go 7 games?
7 games. Golden State went 7 games with Houston.
No,
when they played the Timberwolves, it went 6 games.
6 games. And an important
fact. No, it didn't even go 6 games. It went 5 games. Just said it.
The Lakers went 5 games.
The Golden State Warriors went 5 games.
Okay,
too.
the Golden State went 5 games too. And the important factor with Golden State, Steph was hurt. He had a pulled hamstring, so he only played in one game of that series, and that's the game Golden State won. Now, do you think Golden State would have won the series if Steph had been healthy?
Oh, I don't. Well, considering the games Buddy Hield had, probably, and the game Jonathan Kuminga had, because he came back and added some help. But if Steph would have been the only one scoring 30 points, no.
Okay. But
No.
you said, considering the games they had, if Steph had been playing, would they have had those games?
Possibly. Probably
Yeah.
not as many points, but they still would have had better games.
Yeah. So like I said, now the Timberwolves and the Thunder are playing. I really want to see the Timberwolves win this series, but I don't think they have enough. I don't know what they're missing, but they don't have it. I don't think they're going to get over this hump this year, because you remember last year they made it to the conference finals and lost. So I don't know what they need to get over the hump, but I don't think they have it yet.
They need. I really don't know what they need.
Yeah, you don't know what it is.
I know what they need, but I don't know. Because, like, they need a point guard. But at the same time, having Mike Conley as your point guard not bad, because it's your veteran leadership.
Exactly.
But he's not giving you no production.
He's not.
Like,
You need
he's liability on defense, and he's not scoring no offense.
You need a veteran point guard that's gonna give you the points, like a Chris Paul.
Exactly.
Maybe, you know,
or just another veteran role player that's gonna bring you a bigger impact. Like, okay, you brought in Julius Randle.
he was a big addition,
He
huge
bringing in
addition.
his impact on what he need to do. But now you need
You need one more.
they almost need like Drew Holiday
yeah.
instead of Mike Conley,
Yeah.
really. Because like if you look at the Thunder, they veteran role guy is Alex Caruso. He's the only person that had been this far on their team.
Yep, he is.
Like, yeah, you can say Harnstein, but the Knicks didn't go to the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Did the Knicks even make the playoffs?
Yeah, they made the play.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously they made the playoff last 3 years.
I didn't know that.
But they made the playoff.
You saying obviously like I knew that, but anyway, go ahead.
They got out the playoff like second round last year, so that's like him. He even though you just need that veteran role player that can just do whatever you need them to do, whether it's scoring, whether it's playing defense, whether it's playmaking, whether it's just being on the bench, just hyping everybody up.
Yeah, they need an Alex Caruso type person. That's definitely what they need, but I don't know who's out there available that would do that. But anyway, I do feel like the Thunder will win this series and will be playing in the finals. On the east side of things, for the conference finals, we got the New York Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, honestly, to me, this is not a shocker, but it is a shocker because I was expecting it to be Boston and Cleveland. And I think a lot of people were.
I were, but I knew them young teams could sneak in there. I knew Boston. I knew they weren't going to make it back to the finals. Eastern Conference Finals, I saw it. Cleveland, I didn't think, I had a feeling they could, but they were just young. Like, they got demissed, but like everybody else, they ain't never been in that moment, had to step up in that pressure. And
Yeah.
when they got to actually playing the Pacers, that's when injuries snuck in.
Yep.
So, the Knicks and the Pacers being Eastern Conference Finals does not surprise me, though. Because Jalen Brunson, like I said, past 3 years, then been doing this thing, averaging 30 in the postseason every year out of those 3 years. So, and then with them adding Carlton to town, they gave them another score.
Yep. And you know, so the Knicks, their path to the finals, they had to beat Orlando in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the second round, they beat Boston. And that series went six games.
Yeah.
And during that series, prayers out for Jason Tatum. He tore his Achilles during that series. And honestly, I don't know even if Jason Tatum had to stay healthy if the Celtics would have won that series because they were already up, 2-0 when he got hurt?
Oh.
The Knicks.
When Jason Tatum got hurt, they was up 3-1.
3-1. Okay. I couldn't remember.
No, I'm wrong. It was 2-1. And they won that game. They came 3-1.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Knicks, I was shocked. Honestly, I was shocked when the Knicks went to Boston for the first 2 games and won both of those games. Yeah. And they had to come back both of those. And I'm talking about double-digit deficits.
They were down by 20 both times. I watched the second game. The second game, Boston just sold themselves, and then Jason Tatum, man, I don't know what to say, bro. You got all the tools and all the abilities to be Superman. I ain't gonna say Superman to be Batman, but you want to be Robin. Like you don't want to step up and lead your team. Like you,
I don't know.
he used to like when he first came in, he was doing it, but now it's like, okay, you the number one guy. We know you the number one guy. This time where you supposed to step up and be that dog and lead your team, but you fading away from it. Like, and people will say, well, he playing good basketball. He rebound, he assists, he understand it. But it get to a point where, okay, now you got to come down, give me the ball. I need to touch the ball the next 5 positions, and you got to do something with it.
Yeah.
If you don't got to score, but at least make a play.
Make them foul you.
Exactly.
Go to the free throw line. Yeah.
If you go back to it and watch Bron and watch all the greats, it get to that moment where they say, okay, give me the ball. And they touching the ball every time it come down the floor. And they making a play on it.
Yep. So the Celtics are out. They will not be a repeat NBA champion. On the other side of things, Indiana, I don't even remember who they played the first round.
They played the Bucks. It was the Bucks, Cavs, and the Knicks.
Excuse me.
Giannis ain't had no help in that first
Yeah,
round.
Giannis, we're going to talk about that in a minute, but the Pacers played the Bucks in the first round. Then they played the Cavaliers.
Yep.
Now, granted, again, we keep saying injuries. A couple of those games, Cleveland didn't have three or four key guys playing. Like Donovan Mitchell was the only one playing.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was one game. That was the first game. Then a couple more games, like Evan Mobley didn't play. He didn't like. They had some role players not playing. But the game they got blew out though. Everybody was playing.
The one game wasn't it? Darius Garland, Mobley.
Yeah, Evan Mobley, and then it was Isaiah Okafor. That was like the first game of that series.
Oh, I thought it was like the second game, but yeah. But anyway, it's the Pacers and the Knicks. Who you got? Oh, you said the Pacers.
No, I'm going to say it's really a toss-up because the way the Knicks play basketball, I can see the Pacers taking advantage of that because the Pacers, they love playing fast pace.
Mm-hmm.
They like fast break points, getting out on you, run up and down the court. They like to outrun you.
Yep.
The Knicks like to play a lot of one-on-one ISO ball. So if you got Jalen Brunson ISO and everybody else just standing still, the Pacers gonna get rebound. They running out.
Yeah.
They running, steady running. But at the same time, too, though, if the Knicks scoring, they stop them from running. Then if they get back on defense, they can slow them down too.
Yep.
The Knicks gonna have to slow the Pacers down. Like I said, they like fast off, and that's how the time they blew the Cavaliers out, they had went on the stretch. Like they just scored like. They were just scoring back to back, just scoring real fast.
And the Pacers have Tyrese Halliburton. You know, his peers, the other NBA players, chose him as the most overrated player in the league. And I mean, he's shutting them up. Like during that Cleveland series, he hit the game win. I think it was game 2. Mm-hmm. He hit the game winning 3.
Yep.
So I mean, he was like.
Just, people say overrated, but he does what he has to do. He's the point guard of the team. He don't have to go out there and score 25, 30 points.
Right.
But if he needs to score them 30 points, he can give you the 30 points.
Yeah.
But he know I go out there and give you 15 points, but I'm giving you 10 assists.
Yeah.
So like that's what I gotta do. I'm giving you my 15 points, but I know I got a great team around me that's gonna produce. And that's just like what I was saying last night about from a GM, bro. Each team got their own style of play. Knicks, ISO ball. They rely on them just scoring one-on-one. They really
Bridges.
They really don't run no set off, and they just Jalen Brunson gonna get here, Mikal gonna get here, Cat gonna get here, OG gonna knock it 3 down there, then Josh Hart gonna rebound, play it back, make a big time corner 3. Then you got, like I said, the Pacers. They play all around team ball. Like everybody on their team, almost averaging double digit points.
Miles Turner, Siakam,
Halliburton averaging 18 points. Siakam averaging 19. Miles Turner 17. Benedict Martin 11. TJ McConnell 9, 15. Like everybody producing.
And those guys been with the Pacers a long time.
Exactly.
I mean, Miles Turner
been there all 10 of his seasons.
TJ McConnell, they've been there a minute. So I mean,
know what I'm saying? Then you got teams like Minnesota where they did the 2 big lineup last year, took to the Western Conference Final. Now they swapped it running one big, but you got Julius running your
Yep.
four that can score your
And
point.
Julius Randle, like you said, he been balling. That boy been playing some ball. Last
Exactly.
night, on the first half of that game, he couldn't miss a shot. I mean,
Exactly.
shooting threes.
Like Steph Curry type
Yes,
three, 20 in the first half, 5 for 6.
But second half, they just went cold. And Ed hurt his ankle last
Yep.
night, so.
And then, like I said, you got team like the Thunder where they run they two big lineup with Chet and Hartenstein. So it's just you watching to see which way the NBA going, bro.
Yeah. And another thing too, you don't have LeBron playing. You
Yep.
don't have Steph playing.
Yep.
You don't have KD playing. I mean, who the teams that are playing now? This the future of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception of few, you still got Wemby, you still got Trey Young, you still got Cade Cunningham.
Yep.
I mean, you got the Houston team.
Yeah, Houston Rockets. Yep.
We got some good up and coming players. So the league is in great hands.
And that's what I be saying, bro. And like they talking about the viewership down. Viewership was down, bro, because
of the referees making these bogus calls for one.
Yeah, it was there for one, but at the same time, we got tired of seeing the same basketball, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. When Steph Curry and LeBron they were going to the finals back to back years, okay, yeah, the views was up in the finals, but like I'm gonna be real. We weren't watching the rest of the playoff because get what we knew in the finals at the end it's gonna be Cleveland Cavaliers versus Golden State Warriors, regardless of if they went to 7 games every series before the finals or if it was a sweep every series before the finals. And we knew at the end Steph Curry versus LeBron James, and that's the only thing we were looking forward to. Now it's like we want to see something different. Like I saw this one thing on TikTok and it made sense to me. Like Boston Celtics won the championship last year. That was the Boston Celtics 18th championship in history. Like, congratulations to them on winning it, but like 18 championships.
Like
we people, bro.
And a lot of those were consecutive. So
exactly, bro. People get to being haters, bro. Like you get tired of seeing the same person win again.
And
like,
Bill Russell had 11. Did he get out 11 with Boston Celtics?
I honestly
can't
don't
remember.
know. I honestly don't know. But at the same time, this Boston first time in a long time. But like,
still, you're tired of it. Yeah,
exactly.
I think that's why they allowed these teams to be
exactly
because they know we're tired.
And I don't like it. Like if Boston would have went back to back and they just went through the NBA this season, just killing everybody, I would have okay.
But they didn't do that.
Exactly. I would have accepted it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they the best team in the NBA, back-to-back champions, cool. Like, it don't surprise me. You literally have the same team. Mm-hmm. But they didn't come through doing that, and I'm glad that happened because I'd rather see a different team win championship every year than the same team win championship every year because it give you a different storyline.
It makes you want to watch it because as much as I love LeBron James, like you said, back those years, you knew it was going to be Golden State and Cleveland.
Every time.
And Cleveland might have had trouble in the second round with Jimmy Butler in Chicago. Now, that's Miami. Mm-hmm. That's when he was with Miami. But still, even then, you knew it was going to be...
When he was in Cleveland, like, the Hawks gave him some time. Who else was in the East?
The Pacers got...
Yeah, say the Pacers.
Jason Tatum
the Celtics and them had Jason Tatum rookie year in the beginning.
But you knew eventually, no matter who they threw at him, you knew LeBron was going to be coming from the East.
Exactly. You knew Steph.
Yep, Golden State the same way in the West. No matter how many games they had to play, you knew eventually it was going to be Golden State. So I'm glad it's something fresh. It's something different.
That's what I'm saying. Then I think only team out of all three of these teams to win the championship was like the Knicks, and that was like so long.
That was
ago.
like 1973 or something like
so
that.
So it's like I said, it's different storyline, new team coming up, got the underdog because the Knicks and the Pacers were underdogs in both of their series.
Yeah, and I remember coming up as a little girl watching sports when the Knicks had Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley, John Starks, and the Pacers had Reggie Miller with that, I can't think of his name, that big, tall, white dude in the middle.
Yep.
They always, could get there, but Jordan was always there to stop them, you know. So, from that standpoint, I'm loving that the Knicks and the Pacers have finally, you know.
Exactly.
One of them finna kick that door down, you know.
And then you got a player like Ant. Ant really is the super villain, coming through, killing everybody. Like you said, Jordan was in the way. LeBron was in the way, but he killing them.
He done knocked off LeBron, KD, Steph. Who else was on that TikTok? I mean, Ed has beaten the top players in the league.
Of our generation,
Yes.
like of our time, for real.
And
for
I
real.
know he don't want to be, but Ed, I'm sorry, my guy. You the face of the league. I mean, and they don't want you to be it either. Trust me. But
see,
you know,
this is where Ant gonna mess the game more right here. He don't want to be the face of the league. They gonna pick somebody else to be the face of the league, but at the end of the day, Ant gonna be balling and he gonna be better than whoever they pick.
Yeah,
So the people's favorite
it's
gonna be Ant,
Ant,
but it just ain't gonna be the media's favorite.
Politically, it will not be Ant, but I'm excited to see. They play tonight, right? The East,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the New York Knicks and Indiana
Yes,
Pacers start their series tonight. Sticking with the NBA, like we said, the Bucks, they lost in the first round. I think they lost 4 games. I don't even think they won a game. Giannis had to do it by himself. Dame was hurt. He had blood clots, so he couldn't play.
Yeah, he came back, but you gotta know he had missed too many games, couldn't get back in his shape.
So, do you think Giannis?
And Dame tore his Achilles.
Yep. You think Giannis staying in Milwaukee?
I don't think so. The team gonna have to come with a great package, but I don't think he is.
Where you going?
I don't know. Again, the team gonna have to come with a great package. Honestly, the Dallas Mavericks got the best things to offer because they can offer the #1 pick.
Yeah, we ain't even talked about that. We got to get into that.
I'm gonna say for people that don't know, Dallas Mavericks got the #1 pick,
and they gonna draft Cooper Flag. Think about it: Cooper Flag, Clay, KD, AD.
KD.
Not KD.
Was that on the Maverick?
Yeah, my bad.
I don't know. I don't even know who you talking about.
Cooper Flag, Klay Thompson, Kyrie, Anthony Davis.
Kyrie ain't gonna. He gonna come back, but he gonna be later on in the season.
Yeah.
And I'm still looking for another point guard. Honestly, if the Dallas Mavericks want to win now, like they say they want to win now, it gotta be 3 teams. You gotta include
a 3-team trade.
They gotta include somebody. Let me think of a team with a good point guard that need to give up somebody. Honestly, if they talk to the Celtics and throw in the Bucks, get the #1 draft pick, obviously, and some other stuff, when the Mavs get Drew Holiday. Because the Celtics going to have to give up somebody for their cap space.
Yeah.
They're going to have to give up somebody.
Even if they don't do these proposed trades, you finna talk about the Celtics team we saw this year, we'll never see them again. Together again.
Celtics can give up Drew Holiday.
What's this?
And really Payne Pritchard. Just throw somebody else in there.
The 6th man of the year.
Yeah,
that's who I was thinking about.
Throw him in there too. Really. Yeah, throw him in there too. And then the Mavs just throwing some other draft picks with Giannis now. With the number what? They gonna have to throw in some other draft picks, or unless they get rid of some players.
But let's work. Even if somehow, some way, the Bucks pull off to get a trade with the Mavericks and get the #1 pick, they gonna have to give up Giannis for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's the point. You can give up Giannis, and then you bring in Cooper Flag. Okay, you brought in Kyle Kuzma this young. You ain't gonna be able to get a lot off Dame, especially coming off an Achilles tear. But you can probably try to get him away and get something, get some draft picks or something.
Yeah. Dame could be like you give up Dame and keep a 2nd round draft pick.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
On the side, like you can get something unless Dame just come out and retire.
Yeah. It's been reported that Giannis wants to go to a win now team. So y'all. Solomon say I'm crazy, but I always been saying it's gonna be Yankees, Luka, and LeBron.
They ain't gonna have no bench.
But no, they're not. They don't have one now, really. But it's also been rumored Giannis to Golden State. Golden State need a beat.
They're gonna have to give up Draymond. They're gonna have to give up Kuminga.
I'm finna say Kuminga for sure.
You gotta keep Gary Payne. You need Gary Payne. You gotta keep Pajemski. #2. Give up Buddy Hield.
I'm finna say.
Give up Buddy Hield. Honestly, forget all that. Give up that rookie center they got Jackson Davis or whatever his name is. Give up Jonathan Kuminga, give up Buddy Hield and some draft picks. You keep Draymond.
Keep Draymond.
You get Giannis. Keep Jimmy. Keep Gary
I forgot
Payne.
they got Jimmy.
Yup,
Yeah.
because you can't get rid of Jimmy, bro.
I know way you can get rid of Jimmy.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
So, you can get away with not giving away Draymond because don't nobody want them problems.
That is true.
That's what I'm saying.
That
you give
is
away
true.
that rookie, they got the Terrence, Davis Jackson, whatever bro name is, number 32, Buddy Hield, Jonathan Kuminga, some draft picks. Then you keep Gary Payne, number 2, Podziemski, the backup point guard. You got Steph, Jimmy, Draymond, Giannis, Kevin Looney. You still got your players, bro. You still got your players
got
that
a bench,
you need, bro.
So I mean, but I don't know where he's going, but I really don't think he would be in Milwaukee anymore.
If he want to win now, if I'm the Houston Rockets GM,
hey, that's not a bad idea.
I'm calling the Bucks. I'm getting rid of Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr. Who else they got?
You gotta keep Fred VanVleet.
You do. You gotta keep
Fred VanVleet.
Oh, no way. I'll keep Jalen Green.
I finna say you giving up Jalen Green.
He inconsistent.
He is inconsistent.
That's why I'm giving him up.
That showed in the Golden State series.
I know Giannis is gonna give me 30 and 15 every game with 3 blocks. So, but I'm trying to think because you need your scoring. I mean, the Thompson, he cool, but how much do you trust him growing into a scorer? Because he's an athlete and can be a great role player, but you're gonna need points.
Yeah.
So really, I'm giving up Jabari Smith Jr. for sure. I'll give up Torrey Eason, even though there's defense, but I'll give him up because you want to keep Dylan Brooks
and Fred VanVleet.
That's
I think those are the 2 core guys you have to keep.
And young guys, you got to keep a man Thompson. You got to keep Sengun. You got to. I don't know who on their bench.
I don't either. It's like I really didn't watch the Houston Rockets until they played in the playoffs.
Like I know who they got, but I don't know who's on their bench. I just know who they put in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll give up Jabari Smith Jr. I'll give up Torrey Eason.
What about KD? Where you think he's gonna be playing at next year?
Oh no!
I don't think he's gonna be in Phoenix.
Houston can try to go get him too. Really though, that's another consistent scorer that they need.
Veteran leadership too. It's the NBA offseason is going to be very interesting.
That's what I'm saying. The NBA offseason, you got it's a lot of things that can happen.
Yep,
for sure.
The way the dominoes will fall, who knows? But
for sure.
Like we said, as of right now, the Dallas Mavericks has the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, and it will be Cooper Flagg, no doubt about it. So
whoever end up getting it will.
Yeah, whoever end up getting the first pick, it will be Cooper Flagg. So. We just gotta stay tuned to that. Before we leave basketball, Bron coming back or he hanging it up?
Bron finna retire on y'all folk, man.
I think he got 1 more year left in him. That's my honest opinion.
He finna retire.
I don't think he gonna go out like that.
He just chilling right now, just letting everything happen. He ain't gonna announce it till like right before the season start. He gonna let all the free agency go on, gonna let the Lakers do what they gotta do, fool everybody, and right before the season start.
Dun it.
Yep.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. ESPN gonna be on it, just gonna cut to LeBron walking up, sit down.
Yep. That's what. That's
and
how
they gonna have all his highlights and everything playing in the background. LeBron James has officially retired from the NBA.
We will see. Anything else for basketball?
No, not for basketball, man. Right now, well, I'm going to let y'all know my prediction on who I think will win the NBA championship after tonight's game.
All right. Moving on to football, NFL. The NFL, they also had their draft.
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 pick that went to the Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward.
Yep,
What you think?
No surprise there. Tennessee needed a quarterback.
They definitely needed a quarterback.
Feel like he's going to go in and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they got to get their offensive line together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got their receiving core.
Is Jeffrey still up there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, I don't expect them to be going to the playoffs off the rip, but I definitely see them having a better
record, yeah.
than last year.
Number 2 pick,
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
I like that pick.
No
though.
surprise there
I like
again.
that pick. Yeah.
Great pickup for Jacksonville, whether they want to put him on the defense side of the ball or put him on offense, pair him up with Trevor Lawrence and Brian Thomas Jr. So great pickup, know what he gonna bring. Great athlete, great leader. You know what I'm saying? Gonna do what he gonna do. A dual Carter number 3.
Yep.
That is from Penn State.
Yep.
To the Giants, that's a good pickup. They needed to add to their defensive line. They're gonna have a great defensive line next year.
Other notable picks in this year's draft, Jackson Dart. He was drafted, I can't remember what number, but quarterback from Ole Miss. He was drafted to the New York Giants.
25. Yeah, 25 to the New York Giants.
Jalen Milroy. He was drafted to
He went to my Seahawks.
to Solomon Seahawks.
In the third round.
Who else?
Ashton Genty went number 6.
He went to
the
the
Raiders.
He picked it. Yeah, he went to the
Still
Raiders.
going.
Who else? That was
Tyrion McMillan from Arizona went to the Carolina Panther, man. Tyler Booker, that offensive guard for Alabama, went to the Cowboys. Let me see. Their receiver from Ohio State went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Mike Ibuka.
Oh yeah, I do remember them talking about him.
Eagles got some more defense. Got the linebacker from Alabama, Jahai Campbell. Who else? We gotta talk about Shadur, man. Y'all
Yeah,
know he
we were
went
just
all
waiting
the
to the
way.
end to talk about that, but y'all know we gotta talk about that.
Let me see. Who went round 2?
Round 2, it was like
Quinshon Junkins went round 2, running back from Ohio State. Luther Burns went round 2 too. To the
Quinshon
Chicago
Junkins.
Bears.
If y'all remember him, he played at Ole Miss a little bit.
His first 2 years he was at Ole Miss. Then went to Ohio State.
Yep. But let's go and talk about it. Shadur Sanders. Shadur was drafted in the, I can't even remember now, 6th round?
I'm looking now.
5th or 6th round?
I don't know what one of them, but I'm looking though. I think it was the 5th.
He was drafted to the Cleveland Browns. While Simon's looking it up.
Tell your opinion on. Let me find it, but he got drafted in round 5. Round 5, pick number 6, 144.
So he was round 5, number 144. Now, this fly is getting on my nerve. That's why I keep doing it. Now, my opinion. Do I think some other quarterbacks got drafted higher than him, that he was better than? Yes, I do. I think the NFL never could get Deion to do what they wanted him to do, so they punished his son. I don't think Shadur was a number 1 draft pick, but I do think he was a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
I mean, forget what he does off the field. His on-the-field stuff. You mean to tell me Dylan Gabriel was better than Shadur on film? Because Dylan Gabriel was drafted before Shadur.
Yeah, he was.
So, I mean, I think teams took it too far. They went personal. But one thing that I loved about this whole process, Deion and them, they live streamed the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, I don't know what they did off camera, but on camera, the guys, Shadur, Shiloh, they were all in good spirits. I mean, they were laughing. And they trusted God throughout this whole process. They kept saying, God's plan, God's plan. And whatever God's plan may be for those guys, from the outside looking in, it's like they got a good head on their shoulders, And we all know how Deion is. But I feel like the NFL took it personal. And y'all know how I feel about politics over here. But when you right, I'm going to be with you. Even the president was like, he tweeted, what is going on? What is the NFL doing? Not those words exactly, but I mean, it was just crazy. And go ahead. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I got to say. Yeah, it's like you said, though, man. People know what really going on. Shadur not no round 5 quarterback, but at the same time, it's just all about what the team's looking for. People probably teams didn't probably want to take a chance on him because of, Deion and all. Maybe what potentially extra could have came with it. But, I know Shadur gonna go in there and do his thing, man, because yeah, his dad he done been with his dad this time, but his dad and Shadur both know like he's Shadur on his own now.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
done got to where he wanted to be, and now it's time for him to excel and do what he
And
wants
I
to do
do
on his own.
believe he would put the work in. I
Exactly.
mean, he would put the
He done
work
put the work
in.
in all his life, bro. If you know Dion, you know he just ain't giving it to him. Now
Yes,
he actually got to go
exactly.
out there and perform too.
Yeah,
Cause if Shadur messing up like everybody else, he gonna get on Shadur just like he
yeah,
get on any one of the other players.
yeah. So I think it was very personally motivated because even like the Pittsburgh Steelers had a chance to get him, I think, in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Mason Rudolph as their starting quarterback right now because word is they're still waiting on Aaron Rodgers to decide what he's going to do.
Yeah.
So what if Aaron retires or decides not to even sign with you all?
Yep.
Y'all mean to tell me you cool with having Mason Rudolph over Shedeur Sanders? Yes, Mason has quote unquote the NFL experience, but Shedeur is the better player out of him and Mason. But we'll see. Like I said, he was drafted to Cleveland. He just signed the other day for 4 years. I think I can't remember the exact numbers, but congratulations to him. Moving on to Shiloh. Shiloh signed undrafted to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's being reported that he's going out there, and they are very impressed with him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hey man, shout out to the old guy, man, for real. Hey, especially Shiloh, cause I didn't think nobody was gonna pick him up, but he had to do anything, man. I saw little clips and highlights. He looked like he definitely been working in the off season. So man, shout out to him. Hope they go out there and do their thing. Really, all the rookie man, go out there, do y'all thing, make that money, man.
yep, because it's a lot of it to be made out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much all I got for football.
Yeah, man, that's pretty much about it. Recap,
The
boy.
recap, yep. I don't think nothing else going on in the world of sports that we need to talk about.
I mean, it's other thing like hockey. They got their
Yep.
playoff going on. Baseball and started, but y'all know, man. We pretty much just did a recap of everything that's going on, mainly in the NBA and football world, man. We got another episode coming at y'all too, so y'all just be on the lookout. Got some big things coming this summer, man. T-shirts for the people that still want T-shirts from the BeDifferent podcast. They coming back too this summer. We gonna let y'all know when we get them and get them back selling. So y'all just stay tuned for that.
Oh, one more thing. They're announcing the MVP tonight for the NBA. Who you got?
It's Shay.
It's Shea. I agree.
It's Shea.
I definitely think it's Shea, but we'll talk about that on
It's Shea for sure. But if they give it to Jokic, OKC is definitely winning the NBA championship.
I agree.
Definitely is going to win the NBA championship.
Castle got Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I knew that. They been announced too.
Yeah, we just didn't talk about it. I forgot.
Stephon Castle got Rookie of the Year. Payne Pritchard got Sixth Man of the Year. Jalen Brunson got Clutch Player of the Year. I think Dyson Daniels got Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, going back to football. The Saints passed up on Shedeur Sanders too. And guess what happened? Derek Carr announced his retirement.
They drafted a quarterback though.
They did draft a quarterback, yeah. So Derek Carr had a lot of injuries too.
He did.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's just all about what teams were looking for, man. The Saints felt like they had a better option with the Tyler Scrove. Now, I don't know how to say his last name. I probably just said it so wrong, but the Tyler dude from Louisville. But so they're gonna go into Cleveland and definitely ball out because him and Dylan Gabriel are both on the Cleveland Browns.
yeah,
But I feel like Shadur is definitely gonna get this starting job.
I do too. And another thing before we leave, NFL, the owners, they having their meeting in New York or whatever today. And y'all, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with it, but some of the owners are trying to ban the tush push, the play that the Philadelphia Eagles made famous. They voted on it today, and it did not pass. So we will be seeing the tush push again. This
And ain't nothing wrong with it. All the tush pushes is QB sneak.
Yep, that's
you ban
it.
tush push, you got to ban the QB sneak.
Yep, that's it. But that's all I got. You got anything else? Before he give his Be Different quote of the week, huge congratulations to all of the graduates from pre-K to middle school to high school to college, getting your master's, getting your doctorate, whatever. If you're graduating, walking across this stage, the Be Different podcast would like to congratulate you. Keep going. Don't stop. Congratulations, because it's an honor, and everybody can't say they have done that.
Are you sure you're done now?
Yeah.
You positive?
Boy, go on get your be different. I'm trying to end on a positive note, but he gonna make me turn left.
We are positive, but you said we've done 3 times and came back with something right after. So I'm just making sure. Be different quote of the week is act like the person you want to become. So if you want to be a millionaire, you gotta act like a millionaire. If you want to be a positive person, you gotta act positive. So be positive sometimes.
That's why I'm not saying that because I want to be a positive person. Until next time, I'm Toya.
I'm Solomon.
Remember, be different.